Conformity Antidote. Melting one snowflake at a time. Get ready to be triggered. Here they come, the leaders of the new church, Reverend Cuz and Deacon Tex.
Hello again.
Hello, viewers.
Welcome back to Conformity Antidote. Hello, viewers. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Hey, this is a little loud. Is
know.
it just me?
No,
or is it loud?
We're loud. We're loud here.
Well, let's turn it down. Just know.
Okay, I can't hear myself.
Okay. Oh, if you can't hear that, dude, you're deaf.
No, I went.
All right, how about that? Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine. That's not nice. That's so nice.
Well, thank you once again for joining us, and hopefully we have some, or will hopefully join us during this live stream. We made a bunch of other friends on Twitter, so hopefully they'll be right along.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice, isn't it?
Yes. Well, you're the resident tweeter. So
yes, I'm the social.
You're the social justice or the social media.
Social
media warrior.
Yeah, don't say social justice. Then I'd have to. If we did that, then I'd have to dye my beard like pink.
Oh, yep.
To put on a tutu, and then
we'd have to, yeah.
And then I would be upset about you be calling me Z or
right.
They.
They, yes. We, them, they.
Yes.
They.
All right. So, going to put any announcements to the rear of the show?
On the butt end.
The butt end. Show. Exactly. The end. Mm-hmm. And we'll get with those later.
Yes.
So, I think what we're going to do, all right, because actually, you know what? Stay with me 1 second. I want to double check just to make sure we are on all of our platforms.
On every single one of them. We're only three.
Yeah.
Three.
Well, that's all. Yeah, that's
all we need.
It's plenty.
That's all we need.
So, there we are there. And let's check. So we're on, I just checked Facebook, we're good. YouTube, we're good. Now let's go over to Twitter, which would be, rolling on Periscope. And let's just double check, make sure that is. Oh, hey, this is nice, isn't it?
Are we there?
Yes, we are there.
All right.
So, okay, rock and roll. All right,
rock and roll.
So,
Cleveland. Sorry, Cleveland.
So, without any further ado, let's get on with a little bit of some news.
Bang. No hands,
no brains.
Oh, we ate at Lucky Charms. I mean, Lucky Corner.
Fat boy.
Oh, that was some very good food, by the way. We ate at Lucky Corner Vietnamese restaurant in Fredneck, Maryland.
Yes.
And it was quite tasty.
It was.
Yes.
Had me some pork.
Yes.
Caramelized pork and hot pot.
Whew. I had some
awesome.
Chicken chili with some stuff. It was
lemongrass.
With lemongrass. And it was a little warm, but it was also very good. So anyway, it was very scrumptious. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's get
on with this. Let's get on with this show.
I got ready. I got something. I got something to say.
Really? That's a shock.
Is that a shock? Okay, here we go.
Who's that?
That is. What do you mean who was that?
I don't know.
Ted Wheeler, the mayor of Portland. Thank you. You worthless piece of crap.
Now, the reason why I called you all here is we're having our city council meeting. Now, everybody, please be quiet and have a seat. Have a seat, please.
Please, yes. Because let me tell you, we're not going to stay. And this was the freaking speech he made. He put it on YouTube and all this other stuff where he's talking about we're not going to have violence in the city. I know all these people want to come out here and cause all kind of chaos and this and that. We're not going to let that happen.
No, sir.
Okay, what the hell he meant to say was he's not going to let any conservatives or anybody else like that even march and whatnot, and he's going to shut them down. Well, actually, I take that back. He didn't shut them down. What he did is he took his little cop. And before I get on that, let me explain something to you. All right, I understand that police, it's a job, it's an organization, they take orders. But for the simple fact that these police are willing, they know this is not the first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
How many freaking times we had Antifa go in there and just with weapons, everybody else gets checked for some reason, but Antifa seems to go in there with weapons and causes chaos. They beat people up, they pepper spray them, you name it, and they don't seem to ever get checked. I cannot understand how the police in Portland are, say, dude, I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not, I'm gonna start shaking these Antifa pieces of crap down. But anyway, what happened was they had like a little, they organized them way over in this area, didn't cover any other part of the city. They had people that were getting knocked unconscious. They had a guy there with this. Now I would say, let me just say this: he had a guy there with, I think it was his 12 or 14-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Negative, dude. You should never have taken her out there.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
It doesn't. But the fact that these coward pieces of shit were like pepper spraying his daughter and stuff, young girl. So it's like, dude, these people have no morals, no ethics. They could care less, and that's why I'm freaking pissed off at this piece of shit. Because he knew this. Antifa even told on their Twitter what they were going to do, and he did not put the cops on there to take care of that. So you know what, Ted Wheeler, I think you ought to be out of a job. I don't know who would take care of that. Would that be like the state? The attorney general, or whatever you call it?
Yeah, well,
state's attorney?
Actually, I think it would. The city council, I think, could remove him, but then we know that's not going to happen.
No, because they're all snowflakes.
And you're dealing with, I hate to say it, but you're dealing with probably the police, whatever, and they're with the FOP, and probably that particular FOP is under the thumb of the Democratic Party. I'm sure if you look at their record of their recommendations for president, that they solidly backed our girl Hillary Clinton
under my thumb.
During the last presidential election, so it's not surprising.
Yeah, but it's just like, I mean, I understand, and even if I was a flaming liberal, which I'm not, let's just go conservative, and there was a bunch of liberals that came out there to protest or whatever else. If I saw them just getting the crap beat out of them, this and the other, I'm like, dude, I'm not standing around and watching that shit,
right?
Because everybody should be out there and should be able to protest. It's freedom of speech, say what they want to say, this and the other. But as soon as you put hands on somebody, that's where it's and that's what we're gonna be doing to you, Antifa piece of shit. And let me just say something to Antifa before I get off my little soapbox. Let me say something to Antifa. Let me tell you what, you guys are gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And there's gonna be a time when it comes, the day of reckoning is gonna come, and you're gonna have people like us who ain't going to deal with that. You push it to your neck of the neighborhood. We're not going to put up with it. You're going to be dealing with former military that's got the equipment and the knowledge, and we're going to F you up. So keep on, because you know what? It's more of us are going to get pissed off about it. And it's not going to be the nice little prayer mom out there and with her little quilt group praying for everybody, which I'm definitely behind how they're praying. But that's not what you're going to be dealing with. You're going to be dealing with some dudes that's going to be jacking your ass up.
Well, see, and that's ultimately the problem, because that's what both sides are trying to do. They're trying to, in my opinion, both sides are actually trying to incite violence. Antifa's trying to incite violence, and some of the far right groups are also trying to incite violence, and I think that's what their goal is.
Well,
You got members of Antifa that's their pure goal. They want to incite that violence because then, and of course, then they got the media behind them, like crap NBC and stuff like that, and they'll show it on camera. Look what happened. Look what's going on. And of course, Fox is the only one that's going to show from the other side or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I think just drop a bomb on Portland.
Pretty much. But I mean, but unfortunately, it doesn't go in just in Portland. But I mean, Portland seems to be the epicenter. But yeah, they're trying
for some reason. That's bizarre.
Because they're snowflake capital. But the point, I agree with you. They're trying to incite violence. But here's the thing. You know what? Fine. I'm okay with that. You guys want to take that? We got to take it on, because it's just going to keep pushing and pushing until they get to some kind of a crazy-ass civil war, and then they're going to get their ass kicked.
Well, but that's where. But my point being is that's where the cops need to come in. They need to get it to. They need to nip it in the bud before it gets there.
I agree, but they're not doing it. That's the problem.
And it's because of this
piece of crap.
This whatever he is.
All right. Anyway,
so it's stupid, really, but.
It is stupid, but I don't understand. He even talked about in his speech, that this was everybody's city. Of course, I know it was just freaking blowing smoke up people's ass. But he's talking about how it's our city and blah, blah, we don't want the violence and stuff here. But you allow it to. That's the problem.
Right.
You're a piece of crap, dude. And you know what? I'm gonna watch you. All right. I'm gonna keep tabs on your punk ass. And I'm telling you what. You need to be out of office, because you're a complete worthless piece of shit. You do not care about your citizens. You care about a small percentage of them, or I guess it'd be a big percentage in Portland. But you care about your little snowflakes. But the conservatives or anybody else, probably the ones that are actually paying the taxes, actually paying your salary, you jackass. That's what's going on, and so that's who you should be protecting, not these flaming liberals who probably ain't paid taxes in years,
or taking a bath,
or taking.
I heard some of them stink because they don't like, especially some of the left wing liberals, the left wing millennials. They don't put on deodorant anymore.
They don't deodorant anymore.
Hopefully the conservative millennials still put on deodorant, but I know.
I tell you what, though. If they come into my job and I work with them, I'll let them know. I do it like in the bathroom. If somebody goes in there and doesn't wash their hands, I go, whoa.
Are you going
especially if I see you coming out of a stall?
Right.
I see you coming out of a stall and you don't wash your hands. Whoa, dude. Yo.
Where are you going? Where do you think you're going, buddy?
That's like putting your junk and your ass right on the doorknob.
Right, and as soon as they walk out of the bathroom, they want to shake hands with somebody. Hey, buddy. Do you know where this hand's been? You know where it's going? Right in your face.
5 of these crush your lip.
Yep.
All right. All right, let's get this piece of crap off.
We've given him enough airwaves.
And speaking about pieces of crap.
Oh, look, it's Hannah Montana.
Nasty hoe. So finally, I'm not big into this kind of social crap, but the reason why I bring it up because I'm a big Chris Hemsworth fan, and his brother here, Liam, I don't know what the hell was on this man's mind to begin with, but thank goodness he's divorcing this skank. They're split. Well, they're splitting up. I'll put it that way. They're separated.
I was gonna say, the only thing I get a little leery of is because it's typical Hollywood that there's a possibility that they're gonna get back together again. But anyway, go ahead and do your thing.
Hopefully Chris is in his ear and say, "Dude, I don't know why you married her or been with us. You dumb skank. But anyway, you're doing the right thing. Bring it on home. You can pretty much get any other woman on the face of the planet. I don't know why you even want to deal with this piece of crap."
Right. She's I don't know. Maybe she's got like a golden vulva or something.
That Bam. Ooh.
I don't know.
She sure as hell ain't Miss Bum Bum 2018.
No.
Ellen Santana. That's
Yeah.
for damn sure.
You got that right.
All right. I just want to mention that. Get that skank off. She's hopefully like.
Well,
this.
yeah. What was the?
Hopefully
what
they're
was
done.
Well, what was the whole deal that she's been out?
Well, she's been out
gallivanting.
partying, and supposedly she's been cheating.
Well, yeah, she.
And now she's throwing the shade on him, saying that, it's all all him and stuff.
Well, isn't she like involved with one of the Kardashians' exes or some shit like that? One of the Jenner Kardashians, whatever.
It's quite
one of them whores.
Oh,
That's a. You know what?
it's absolutely quite possible.
I'll tell you what. You want to bring peace to the earth.
Yes.
Goodwill towards men.
Yes.
What's that show called? The Kardashians. Need I say more? I don't condone violence,
I do.
but I will applaud it when it's necessary.
I condone it in certain aspects.
I know, you're a little bit more, but you're a little. Yes, you do. But yes. But I tell you what, I'm in. I'm all in.
You're all in?
I'm all in. You know, we got to be careful because we don't want to get shut down. Everybody's getting all touchy-feely about all this craziness that's going on in the world. Everybody just we need to all do yoga, I think. Slap you in the face.
All right.
So, anyway, enough about that.
Enough about that.
And get that whore off. Oh,
Yeah.
you did already.
Look at that whore off.
All right, what's next on our agenda?
White supremacy. Which is that's
Okay.
that is now the Democrats' buzzword is white supremacy, and white supremacy seems to be the issue as to why why like minorities are being silenced, why they don't have opportunities, blah 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 blah.
Well, let's put it this
Blah.
way: they're trying to make it. I've talked about this before, but
Yes.
there's certain elements of that group of the left that are trying to make it seem like any white male from the age of 18 to 80, if you're white and you're a male, you're a racist. Automatic. You're born a racist. It's in your blood. It's in your gene. Everybody else is fine. You know, every other race,
Yep.
culture, creed is fine. It's just white males and even white women get a little bit of a pass, I guess, in some circles.
It depends.
Well, no,
because Michelle Obama was talking about how the white women were stupid, and they're the ones that voted for Trump.
I was going to say, if you're a conservative white woman, then you're a racist also. You're pandering to your husband. You know that you're pandering to your husband, doing your Neanderthal brained husband, because you don't have a mind for your own. It's just
Yeah. So here's so funny. Here's what's funny.
so anyway.
So Kamala Harris is married
He's
to a
married
white
to
man.
a white guy.
Yep. Imagine that.
He's a racist.
Oh.
He's probably, she's probably just
Okay, so it's just a marriage based on business, but
Yes.
he's a racist, so
Yes.
I'm not really going to deal with him. Okay. I would say, was it 90%? Well, 90. Yeah, we'll go. Okay, I'll go 80% of the Democratic nominees are white men.
Well, that's one of their biggest bitches right now. And that's why they're trying to.
Well, nobody's told
they're trying
anybody
to elevate
else not to run.
They're trying to elevate Kamala Harris. I'll wait till you put your drink down. And Pocahontas. And they're trying to elevate them, and while knocking down. If you notice what's going on,
What is going on?
Joe Biden is slipping because he's putting foot in his own mouth.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Old Joe, and then Bernie is slipping. So the older white guys
Yes.
are slipping.
Because if you slip and you slip and you're
You're
slipping,
But the two ladies I just mentioned
Yes.
are actually gaining in the gaining traction. So
say it's not so.
I'm just saying, and I'm telling you, they're gonna ride the party of identity politics is gonna ride that and shove it down at America's throats until they can't shove it no more.
Yeah.
Until their fist goes out the anus.
Well, that's the anus.
Well,
You all right?
Oh, wait a minute. That's Elizabeth Warren's fist. She just gave me a colonoscopy.
I don't know where the hell that was going.
I don't know either.
But the point is, like, so let's just say they elevate, let's say Kamala Harris in there. Then everybody else is gonna. Somebody's gonna be smart enough, like at a debate stage, to say, whoa, hold on. You're married to a white man,
right? Well,
but
yeah,
he's different. He's not really.
No.
Like, he's one of us. It's like one of what? You're not even one of us.
Yeah, she's. Well,
you see her on Twitter when she was eating the pork chop?
Yeah.
She went to the thing and she's gonna try some soul food or whatever, so she's gonna eat a pork chop. She looked like a freaking idiot. It's like, you look like what was it when Elizabeth Warren went to that Twitter when she went and said, "I'm gonna go get a beer," and she went and got a beer. She's like,
she's bartending. She's like, hey, like with the college kids. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's like Bernie Sanders going to an elementary school, sitting behind a desk trying to be like a part of the middle school kids. It's like, really?
that's dank.
Hey, that's dank. Yeah, that's dank, yo. I'm woke.
See, Bernie
I
going
woke.
about dank.
People don't. A majority. I'm going to say this. A majority of the people in the United States don't want a pal to be president. They want a leader. They want somebody that can lead. And yes, actually make an attempt to get people to come together in some aspect. I mean, let's be real. There's certain aspects that people will never come together on. That even in families, you can't get that to happen.
You damn straight on that one.
But still, we don't want somebody that's needed to be the pal. We don't want somebody that only identifies with one group or another group, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, but I'm telling you, I threw some tea leaves down.
Did you there?
Yes, I threw some tea leaves down, and. Shuggy. Anyway, I threw it, and I can see it. I'm going to go out on a limb here today. Conformity Antidote on August.
You can be out there by yourself.
What is August? What is today? August 18th. Kamala Harris is going to win the Democratic nomination for the Democrats. I can just see the direction. I can see the Democratic Party. I actually think is behind this, like what they did with Hillary when they basically squashed Bernie Sanders. I think the DNC is starting to get behind her, and they're making Joe Biden look like a complete buffoon, which really doesn't need a whole lot of help. I think he's drunk half the time.
All right, so you're going to go with Kamala?
I honestly think my tea leaves are thrown down because because of the party of identity politics. They feel it's in their best interest to one to go up against the quote unquote racist Donald Trump, who every time he opens his mouth they want to say he's a racist. We're all racist. That's the key. That's another key word.
Yeah, we're all white and racist.
Yeah, it's not white. I don't think it's white supremacy as much as everybody's a racist now. Racist.
Well, it's still white. It's still white supremacy is the buzzword.
But Kamala Harris is a black female.
Yes.
And I think that they're going to play up to the fact that she is married to a white guy, saying that, look, this is our unification of what we can be.
UNITY.
So what we can be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's just my opinion.
Your opinion.
I think Bernie Sanders has talked himself out of the job because he cannot answer how he wants to pay for his socialization of medicine and stuff, and he can't even pay his workers his minimum wage, which he wants. I think people are realizing that. Joe's drunk. Beto is just nuts. He tried to, and that's another thing. I'm going to talk about him, get on my soapbox, is I think it's despicable
Yes.
on both sides, whether you're a Republican or whether you're a Democrat, try and to capitalize politically on a tragedy that happens in the United States.
Yep.
I think
I'm with you
anybody.
100%.
I think anybody that does that, I don't care who you are, needs to be taken care of. By how that, but that is just wrong on so many levels. So, and Beto was one of the first ones that you heard about that came out, you know, and ran his mouth trying to capitalize on what happened down in El Paso. You know, that's so he's on a sinking ship, and I think he knows it.
Oh, he does not even has hardly any money coming in. It's but he's still spending it, but doesn't have any money coming in.
And then the only other one that you ever hear a lot about is is Booker.
See, I personally think I'm going to go with Elizabeth Warren.
Pocahontas?
I think Elizabeth Warren is one. I think she's going to get the nomination. I mean, people. Well, we're going to tell you this: we really don't give a crap who gets it because they're all jackass and they're all going to lose. They're not going to beat Trump. Let's just be honest. But anyway, we will still be happy watching all the debates and see all of them get destroyed. I'm telling you right now, whether you like Trump, I like Trump.
Well,
whether you like Trump
no
or you,
shit.
or you whether you like Trump or whether you don't, whoever goes up against him is going to get slaughtered. And I'm telling you, especially when you get down to, because nobody's going to beat him in the Republican caucus or anything.
Well, I don't think
they shouldn't put anybody up against him. That would be stupid.
If anybody's going to go try and go up against them, they're not going to. Yeah, they're going to be like second hand. They're going to be second and third level. Anyway,
they're going to be farm league. But the point is, okay. So let's say, okay, we know that Trump's going to get it, and he's an incumbent, and they're just going to roll with him. It doesn't matter. Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren. It doesn't matter. He will wipe the floor with them. Because here's the point. He's going to say, okay, what are you running on? And he can quote actual facts and data from his presidency. And he's going to be like, all right.
The only thing
he'll be like, okay, top that.
The only thing that he needs to be a little bit nervous about is I'm just saying is because right now what's going to ride him through with the moderates is the economy. And this is as long as the economy's staying good, I think you've got a very valid point that he's going to stay in. But if the economy starts to tank and it looks like we're on the cusp of a recession, that could spell doom. But we'll see. We got over a year.
Yeah, but everybody talks about this in a recession or whatever. But sometimes it takes.
I know it fluctuates.
It fluctuates.
It's fluctuating.
Especially for the simple fact that when the Fed held the freaking interest rate to like damn near zero during the Obama administration for how long? It's like there's got to be some repercussions from that. Right. And I know that Trump's going to I know Trump will get the blame when we get to the kind of a recession. They'll say, "Well, see, there you go." And it's going to be like, "No, this is backlash from before." But
we'll see. But I just
people are stupid.
Well, they're sheeple and they get all their information. They're going to whatever the media tells them and. Well, we know how that goes.
And the only other thing I want to say about all this stuff is the simple fact that Omar and Tlaib are not going to Israel.
Yes.
You played your cards and you got screwed. But see, that's the thing. It's like Tex and I were talking about before. There was no purpose for them to have this trip. The only reason they were doing it was just for political BS. Yeah. And it's like, why do you need to go to Israel? If you want to go visit Palestine, right?
Right.
And visit your grandmother, why do you need to go to Israel for that? You can go right to Palestine. There's planes go there. All right? You don't need to do this. So now she's saying, oh, I can't do it under this situation, whatever, blah, 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 so I'm not going now. So you're not going to see your sick grandmother because you want to get back at Trump or BB because he's not going to let you in.
Well, it's
really?
It's a rallying cry.
It's stupid.
For them. And
it's a toilet flush is what that is.
And now that you mention that,
yes,
I'm going to hop up on my sandbox because I'm telling you right now.
Soapbox?
I don't know. Did I say sandbox?
You said sandbox. Sandbox is what cats pooping.
I sometimes do too, if I can't make it to the commode.
All right.
Anyway, I got a sandbox right outside my bed. Anyway, it happens when you get older. But what I don't understand...
TMI. All right, go ahead.
What I don't understand... Go ahead. I have a hard time understanding why it is you have, and these two aren't the only ones, but that continually bash Israel. Okay, whether or not whatever you agree, disagree with Israel, whatever, the sovereignty of the state, their protection, whatever, so on and so forth. But they're an ally of the United States, and they're constantly, and I hate to say it, the ones that are doing it are on the Democratic Party. But for the life of me, I don't understand why time and time again the Jewish population here in the United States consistently votes with the Democratic Party. And we were sitting there, we were kind of, and I think one of the reasons why I think too is you probably have some older ones or whatever that are associating. For some reason, they like this Hitler, associating the conservatives with Hitler and stuff like that. And it's like, where is that even coming from? So
that's complete bull.
Yeah. So, but then okay. So now you have some radical Muslims that are in Congress. Okay. That want an end to Israel, that will basically probably one of them wants the destruction of Israel because she's the people that she supports. That's what their goal is. But yet you're still going to vote her into office. Oh, she's harmless.
She really didn't mean that.
Yeah, she didn't really mean that. She doesn't. She loves the Jewish people. Yes, she certainly does.
She certainly does.
And that's one of the reasons why in the paper today, that they tweeted out that she got there was a political cartoon in there about the situation between Tlaib and Omar and Trump and Bibi or whatever, Netanyahu. And this cartoon was drawn by an Iranian cartoonist who is notorious for submitting cartoons every year in Tehran's contest about the Holocaust, where he actually pokes fun at the Holocaust and pokes fun at the Jews in the Holocaust, basically saying it was a complete hoax, that the Jews created this whole thing. And he enters these contests yearly, time and time again. So basically, he's a real friend of the Jewish state. That's all I'm going to say. And these two women sat there and tweeted this picture by him, drawn by him. So what does that tell you where their affiliation lies?
Absolutely.
So Michigan and Minnesota, y'all put them in the Congress.
Idiots.
Yep.
Oh, but he did the prize for the cartoon. Here's his prize for the cartoon.
Well, no. Well, he's probably revered in Iran.
Oh yeah.
He's from Iran, so they love him over there.
Bastard.
So
anyway,
so.
Stupid.
All right, let's get off this. I'm in the mood for some real news. This shit's getting on my nerves. We're done.
We are done. We're done with the news.
And I want to know, where is everybody? Can anybody see us or hear us? Is anybody even on? Hello.
Here, let's try this. Is anyone out there?
Is there anybody out there?
I didn't type in my thing. My bad.
Floyd.
Is anyone out there? Because it ain't like you got something better to do than roll
to watch
with
us. I mean, it's a Sunday.
Oh,
hello. There's Miss Vivian. There we go. That's all we need.
You know what? Yeah, if we got nobody else, as long as we got Miss Vivian,
yes,
that's all we need.
We're good. Thank you. Oh, and we got Miss Jen.
Oh,
Jen. Now we're complete. We are complete.
We are complete.
Our biggest fans are on. Oh, shoki. Welcome. Oh, welcome.
Okay.
So anyway.
Oh. It looks like we have a Miss Wendy here is ready to hear something other than the news.
Amen, honey.
Sister, brother, sister. Sorry.
I agree with you.
All right, let's get on to
let's get to the meat of stuff.
Yeah, meat. Speaking of meat and what you cook meat in.
Oh, yikes.
Oh.
What was that? What is that?
Ooh-wee. Well, this
he
is
looks a little. What?
So this is LaRondrick Macklin of Decatur, Alabama. And apparently, Mr. Macklin decided he was going to break into a young lady's home. And she happened to be frying some chicken. And Mr. Macklin got instead of getting, instead of raping some poor woman or getting some kind of, TV or PlayStation that he could steal or whatever, Mr. Macklin got a face full of grease.
Was he trying to steal her chicken?
I don't know,
Right across the face.
So officers responded to a domestic violence call, and they found Mr. Macklin suffering from burns across his face. Thank you. An investigation determined that he was the primary aggressor in an altercation, and the woman acted in self-defense. He allegedly entered the woman's home with a firearm, and then she threw a pot of hot grease on him. You stupid ass.
There went the chicken, though.
That's true.
I mean, it.
There you go. So he's taken to the hospital treated for his injuries. He later was booked on 2 felony charges of burglary and domestic violence. He was held on $300,000 bond. Dude, you got jacked the hell up.
Well, I tell you what, it could have been worse. It could have been a little bit of this.
Could have been,
and he'd be.
You never know. You never know. He could have got a wing or possibly a breast right in the face.
I mean, now.
Was his mouth open when he did it? He's like, hi.
I know. Like, throw me a piece. She shoved like a chicken wing in a drumstick in his throat. Here, have some of this, honey. I don't know if I'd do that.
Do what? Pour hot grease on his ass?
No. Well, if it's full of chicken and I'm cooking, I'm slaving away over this thing, and this guy's coming in there, that's a waste of chicken. Then you got the family coming in like, look, lady, where's my food at?
I don't know. It's right there. Go lick it off his face.
Go pull it off the floor.
Look at that. Look at that burns, boy.
I know.
Woo, you got lit up.
Well, like I said, it's lucky that then.
You know what?
Then that.
It doesn't say that, but hopefully after she threw that grease on him, she hit him in the head with the pan.
Oh, my.
That's what you get.
Yes.
Stupid.
So, I don't know.
So
serves you right. I wonder if he'll learn his lesson or if he'll go back out and do it again.
Well, I tell you what.
Probably make sure he does it like when they're not cooking.
Wait. I smell it. We'll wait till she's done.
Yeah.
We'll wait till they're done dinner.
See,
that's what you don't. Especially down in Alabama, where I'm from, you don't interrupt supper time, boy.
You got that down in the South. Well, down in the South or anybody that's fat, you don't mess with their food. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, we like our food. I'm telling you.
So what you're saying is if you were like Golden Corral and somebody come in to rob it, all the fat people will whoop his ass.
Well, it depends. They might run to the buffet and put something in their face. They might be whooping his ass with a steak or something.
The food. It's like it's like a bunch of bees.
You see some 500-pound woman going jumping and throwing her body in front of the grill. Don't knock the grill or the chocolate fountain.
She had to knock about a couple little fat kids out of the way to get to the fountain.
She knocks the kids out of the way, and then the interviewer's like, "Oh my, excuse me, ma'am, that you're a real hero. You threw those kids away. I think nothing of it. I was a hero because I saved that chocolate fountain." And she's still sitting there sticking pineapple pieces in there, getting a pineapple on her chocolate.
Say, "Oh my goodness, ma'am, you all right? Is that blood all over your shirt?" No, that's chocolate.
They told me
I did a swan dive on that chocolate.
They told me in the back that it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for them to get a new chocolate fountain in, and I wasn't about to have that. I just got my Golden Corral gift cards.
I'm part of the VIP club.
Oh, Well, at least you saved those kids too. I did. I didn't even see them.
I didn't even see no kids.
I didn't see them.
I was like Free Willy jumping all over.
Oh my!
All right.
So anyway,
That's what you get, Mr. Macklin.
Yes. I wonder if while he was like writhing in pain from the grease or whatever, if he maybe grabbed the piece of chicken. Anyway,
That's a good question.
Anyway,
that's what you get. You got your ass. You got your ass lit up, boy.
Yes. So, dumb. I hope you learned your lesson.
Yep. Thank goodness for the lady.
Yes.
There you go. Threw the hot grease on you.
We applaud you.
That's what you, man. I told you about Alabama, man. You don't mess with people's dinner time. Do not mess with dinner time, because that is what you get.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
So off you go.
Or you mess with my dinner table. I'm telling you. I tell you.
Tell something.
Oh.
So next. Oh, this is
look at this.
Very lovely lady.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently she's got another hidden talent too.
And what would that be? Wait a minute.
So, this is Ashley Beth Rowland. She's only 23.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice lady. She was accused of stealing $5,000 from an apartment of a man she'd been staying with for about a week. So she was arrested, and then while she was showering at the guy's apartment, she swiped the cash and left.
Okay.
And the guy and Rowland allegedly confessed to the police that she did take the man's money and left the apartment. Now, so the female correctional officer later searched Miss Rowland, and she discovered $6,233, and a clear plastic bag with 1 gram of meth. Now,
where did she, Reverend Cuz?
yes,
Where was this extra cash and drugs found, if I might ask?
it was in her vagina. But that, my friends, is not the
whole
real
story?
The whole story. Here's the rest of the story. When the correctional officer found the money and the 1 gram of meth, the Louisiana woman said,
What did she say?
"It's not mine." Was this the immaculate insertion?
How'd it get there then? Oh, I don't. It's just
not mine.
It just all of a sudden it mysteriously appeared.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. I could see.
Wait a minute. I see something hanging out there.
I could see the female correction officer. Excuse me, ma'am. I need you to bend over. Spread your legs a little bit right here. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? What do we got in there? I got something. I got this baggie here.
You know,
They probably knocked her.
it's not mine. Excuse me,
That's not mine either.
Miss Rowland. Where did I get this bag from? Well, it was my vagina, yes.
But it's
not mine.
So how did it get up there? My boyfriend. Now, you know what? I'm surprised she didn't sit there and say, I would have been...
That's not the only thing up there. Oh.
Now, see, I would have sat there. I could have seen her sitting there saying, my boyfriend must have put it up there while I was asleep.
I didn't know it was there.
I
had no idea that big roll of $6,000 in the meth.
I mean, we were sitting there. It was a little romantic. We were getting a little frisky. And the next thing I know, you're pulling out drugs and cash. I thought it was excuse me, miss. You couldn't tell the difference between a cellophane bag of cash and drugs and a No.
You poor thing. Bless your heart. You just bless your heart. You just don't know.
I wonder if they checked the other end too. That's not mine either. She probably pooped out a Rolex watch or something like that.
I don't know where that came from. That came out of your anus. Not mine. Is this pile of crap on the floor yours?
Nope.
Not mine.
It's the
It's the immaculate insertion.
Oh my
gosh. No
gosh.
idea how that got in there.
But I gotta say this. In all seriousness, I gotta give her A for originality. Or a no for originality.
I don't know if it's necessarily originality. Probably
Yeah, but
somebody's probably done it before. But
well, it's
like,
probably
it's not mine.
but it's all confused. I can see them sitting there like, okay, that's not mine. Oh, how did it get up there? We really had to go fishing. This thing was.
So maybe you would have been the correction officer that had to dry all that money off.
I know.
Your Honor. Yes,
This money right here.
This is the bag.
This
was the money. What? Oh, what is it in the courtroom?
That smells like my secretary.
You. There you it.
All right, I'm done. I've been censored for the rest of this.
That's a day in the box, boy.
I know. Day in the box. 30 days in the hole.
30 days. Okay. Anyway, you bless your heart.
I know.
You're just so stupid.
I know, but she's very good. She's very attractive, though.
Well, you know what? If she keeps dealing with that meth, those looks are gonna go.
Yep. There goes the teeth.
Woo!
Yep.
Then she'll be like that toothless, eyes sunken in, poor thing that you see on news all the time. All right. So now we go from one beauty to another beauty. Mm-hmm.
What? Okay. All right. What is this? All right, what is that?
Hold on.
That's a guy.
It is a guy.
That's a dude.
What?
What's he doing up there?
I'll have you know that is not a guy. That's a transgender. Fascist.
You right-wing nut job.
This is Laurel Hubbard. Who used to be Lawrence Hubbard.
Laurel, huh?
Yes, and Laurel.
What do you do? It looks like the only thing he changed was his name. He still needs a shave. Go ahead.
So Laurel Hubbard. Well, Laurel Hubbard's in a little bit of a
pickle.
Stupid. So a women's rights group demanded action after a transgender weightlifter, Miss Laurel here, dominated a recent tournament and is free to compete in next year's Tokyo Olympics.
Uh-huh.
In the women's weightlifting.
Good for you. Go get him, girl.
I could do something anyway. Women's rights. I can't even talk today.
The white group. I mean,
the women's rights group say that Hubbard, who competed for New Zealand in men's weightlifting before its transition in the 30s, is having an unfair advantage against women and shouldn't be allowed to compete in women's Olympics or Olympics in the women's category. Now, if you guys remember, we did a story on this before on the fact that my girl, Martina Navratilova, spoke out against this, right? She's like, it's unfair advantage, it's just almost like taking steroids.
Right.
Because, obviously male testosterone is higher and, they're stronger and everything. I mean, that's just the way it is. And then the gay community, they ostracized her. She's like, she was the poster child for you guys. She carried more water for the LGBT community than anybody on the planet. And then you guys just like, because she won't recognize transgenders as competing in the same field as. And now here's my thing, you Democrats, right? I would think you guys always fighting for women's rights. This right here is a prime example.
Oh, but wait a minute. But she wants to be a woman. Or she's sort of pseudo kind of a woman. Sort of. Kind of.
All right. So the New Zealand-based lobby group Speak Up for Women called on the country's Olympic Committee and sports minister to defend women's sports. Also, British group Fair Play for Women also recently urged the sports authorities to wake up after Hubbard won all these titles and argued that the sports must be separated by sex rather than by gender identity. It's the exact same thing Martina Navratilova said, right? And so Laurel here in the games in Samoa, she won 2 golds and a silver in 3 of the women's heavyweight category. Heavyweight, really.
It was right. Actually beaten. I want to see that woman.
Yeah. So the internet. Now here's where we get into a little bit of shady stuff. So the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, issued guidelines in 2015 stating that transgender athletes, can compete in women's category as long as their testosterone levels are below 10 nanomoles per liter for at least 12 months prior to their first competition. Now, I still think, here's my thing. I still think that you can take estrogen and get the testosterone down, right? But if you're still weightlifting, if you're still dealing with men's equipment, men's muscles and this, that, and the other, right? Then I would think the testosterone levels would have a small effect, but not
right
the overall effect about how you're competing in women's sports.
The muscle mass is still there.
Yes, thank you.
So the mass is still there. Okay, so I don't know. I would honestly think it'd have to be longer than a year. I'd say at least 4 to 5 years. I would agree. Or 4 years. So the Olympics are held every 4 years.
Yeah,
so
you go to the next Olympics.
Right. It would have to go to the next Olympics. Grant that you meet the stipulations of the. Oh my gosh!
And my thing is, you talk about women's rights and stuff like this. This right here takes all that right out the freaking window. Because if you want all these men to go into women's sporting events, like especially
well, they're not men
in the Olympics.
They're not men now.
Yeah, they're men. That's man. And do that, then fine. Then and I'm not trying to be an ass about men being stronger and faster, but they are. So you're going to have men going in all these women's events at the Olympics,
right? Because they can't win at on the men's side or whatever. So, and I was talking to Reverend Cuss about this earlier, that I think there's countries that are actually, I think, working on this for the 2020 Olympics.
Yes,
that are purposely having these men say that they're quote unquote trans
Yep.
and making them, they're like, all right, you go ahead and get the estrogen shots. Go ahead and do what they ask. Get the estrogen shots
get
or
your
whatever.
Testosterone down.
Yep. Go compete in the Olympics, get your medals, and then we'll give you testosterone shots as soon as you come back and you win. You know, we'll just get the medal, and then we'll get your testosterone levels back up, and you can sit there and say that you're back to being a man, that you decided to go back to being a man or whatever. And I mean,
that way our country's medal count's way up here,
right?
And then we're gonna play the victim game that says, no, don't come and talk crap about us because we have transgender, because you're racist and homophobic and xenophobe, whatever the hell that all that stuff is. Xenophobe,
misogynistic,
xenophobic. It's like, dude, okay, get the medal, but it doesn't mean shit.
It's just all, I agree with the whole with what Martina said or whatever. Whatever this guy, girl, whatever he wants to feel or whatever he wants to be, that's fine.
That's fine.
But to do it, to try and compete on a level like this, it's not right. There's something amiss. That's like this whole thing about this push to have genderless bathrooms and genderless showers and all this other stuff, and it's just like, really. And it's like biology. Let us just concentrate on biology. There's only two ways you can come out of a womb. With a penis and with a vagina. Period. Well, unfortunately, there's some that have both. Well, they deal with that when the baby's born. But there is no, don't assign an identity. He's got a penis. According to biology, he is a male. And vice versa.
And there's plenty of other physiological.
Right. Now, if when they get older or whatever, and they say, in the chemistry or whatever, that doesn't agree with what the body is or whatever like that, that's for them to make that determination or whatever. But we're getting this whole ridiculous thing. It's like, okay, dude, if you want to compete, drop your pants. I'll make sure that thing's gone. That's what I'm saying. It's completely gone, off, chopped off. It's bam, gone, bam, and then maybe we'll think about letting you compete.
And here's
after you have this.
It's something that Deacon Tex and myself talked about before early. Quit with this bullshit with these 6, 7, 8-year-olds who are suddenly transgender, and you're putting them in the gay parade and this and the other. People at 7, especially boys, all right, especially boys at 7, can't even figure out how to zip up their own freaking pants, okay? Right. And now you're going to say, he has made the decision that he is transgender,
that he likes playing with Barbie.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So if you're gonna allow him to define himself at 7 years old that he's transgender, whatever else, and dress up in girls' clothes, fine. Let him make all his own decisions.
Yep. Let him decide what he wants to eat, when he wants to go to bed, what he wants to watch on TV.
If he wants to go to school,
give him a smartphone. Give him or her a smartphone, and they can look up anything they want to on the internet. No restrictions, no nothing.
Let them go watch porn and stuff. Well, they're 7 years old. They got to find out somehow, right?
Yep.
So let them go watch porn.
They can make their own decision.
Yeah. 7-year-old, just let them do. Yeah.
We talked about it earlier. It's
stupid.
Yeah, exactly. When they're a teenager, when they become an older teenager, whatever, that's one thing. 7, come on. So you're saying that during and I know the Reverend Cuz, it's like when we were growing up, you had like the tom girls, or they call them the tomboys. I mean,
yep.
These girls that always wanted to have the play with the guys. They were playing trucks and stuff like that. So.
Yep.
So if I was a parent back then, I'm like, it's a boy, and start taking away all the girl stuff and just buying like briefs and boys' clothes and stuff like that. Come on, people, it's a phase, But at that young age, if the parents are forcing it down her throat, then she might say, okay, well, I guess I am a boy.
I mean, how many times have we had tomboys that we were in middle school with, or like elementary school, and come high school, they're
the prom queen.
All straight up women,
all woman.
Sorry, yes. So
won't even look twice.
Like I said, quit doing this bullshit. Be the parent and quit expecting this child at 7 years old to figure out, oh, I'm transgender. They're gonna go where they're getting where they're getting attention and everything else, and especially I've seen like the one that some of our listeners has sent us on Twitter, where this kid is like they put him in the parade. He had freaking false eyelashes, glitter, was in a dress, this, that, and the other. Yeah, if he's getting all this, admiration and stuff, yeah, he's going to do that.
He's going to automatically.
But he's supposedly made the decision that he's transgender.
At 7.
You're going to tell me it had nothing to do with your parents?
Nope.
Like we said, fine. Let him make all his own decisions then.
I mean, you hear
jackasses.
You hear these stories about people and then they get older and they're like, I've known since I was a child that I was different or whatever like that. And that's okay. That's fine. And that might be true. However, you don't know. And you don't need that influence on the outside influence from your parents or whatever. Let it just let it, stay with it, go with it. And then when you get older or when you become a young adult or whatever like that and you make that decision, that's your decision. Your parents aren't making that decision for you. That decision is on you.
I mean,
now,
for how long did people were trying to figure out where they fit in the world?
Right.
When you're coming up as a teenager.
Not only that, but they're still making it hard on the poor child because as much as we becoming more tolerant in this country or whatever like that,
becoming stupid.
You're still subjecting this poor child to ridicule and all this other stuff. It's like parent. You know what? I said it right before I came on this show. The problem with these kids isn't the kids. It's the stupid-ass parents that are raising them. Because these kids learn. They learn. It's learned behavior. Most of it's learned from their parents. So you know what? Slap them right up the face. I wouldn't go that far to shoot him.
I go far. It's called population.
Shoot him in the foot.
It's called population control.
Yeah. Anyway, but this ass clown, I'm sorry, but these quote unquote athletes that are binary neutrals and
gender fluid,
it's a sham. I'm telling you right now, it's a sham. They have no business. This thing, unless he has his penis cut off, needs to be competing with the men. And I would make him, if I were the Olympic Committee, I'd get up on the stand. You know how they make boxers get in their underwear and weigh them in? They weigh them to see what kind of weight class they're in or whatever. I'd have this ass clown stand up there like, drop your pants. If I see a little bit of a bulge coming out of those pants, you're out. Go to them inside.
All right.
Yeah, but it's not that big. I don't care. It's still there. Show off.
All right.
So that's my thing.
That's my thing. All right. Last but not least. This is a nice way to end the little segment.
Yes.
So, a Florida homeowner got a little bit of a surprise over the weekend after a lightning strike triggered a blast. Yes. So, a lightning struck his septic tank, ignited the methane gas within, had it travel down the pipe and threw into the toilet, blew the toilet up. Oh, the other one. I got me a big one there. Oh! Okay, luckily nobody was on the throne at the time when it actually blew. But you can see here, let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger. So here's the septic tank. Here's the septic tank here. Like you see the lid's blown off, and if you see it here, here's the liner that goes down into it. That sucker blew off. It blew off. Look, it came up out of the ground. And then here's this toilet.
That's the end result.
It blew the toilet up. Now,
and I'm telling you right now, real quick, I bet you that stench. Because if anybody has a septic tank or septic system, when it overloads or whatever, and it starts creeping out, it stinks. So I could see it. I could see if the whole thing blew up.
So Mary Lou Ward and her husband were sitting in their home, and the thunderstorm rolled through on Sunday. Then she heard a boom. She's like, "That's the loudest noise I ever heard." Then we smelled smoke, and I looked outside, and it was smoke coming from the septic. The smoke was coming from the septic tank. Then she stepped into her bathroom, discovered that the toilet was in 100 pieces. A plumber from A1 Affordable Plumbing told the couple.
See, hey, we just gave you a plug, buddy.
Told the couple that lightning strike ignited the methane gas. It built up the pipe in the septic tanks and then blew up the turlet and the piping. Now I don't even want. Well, I'm sure it's covered under insurance, but I wonder how much all that's gonna, because they're gonna have to dig that septic tank back up.
Oh, I know, and
all the piping. It blew the pipes.
I would have this room right here. I'd have to have it torn out and completely redone, because there's like poop. There's like because that
It's like
I know.
Hey, go, Mary Lou. What the hell you doing back there? I had that. Well, we had that Golden Corral for dinner.
Thank God that 500-pound woman sat there and saved us from that robber or whatever.
See, that's the thing. The toilet didn't blow up. That was the 500-pound woman. She sat on that toilet after.
It always happens when I eat red meat. That always happens when I eat red meat. I think it happens when you eat a lot of stuff there, Chubbs.
Here, let me see if I can get on down on this toilet. That must have been one of them jalapeno poppers. I told you not to get them things, Mary Lou, because they mess up your stomach.
Yep, they just go right through you. Oh, yes, I'd have to have this whole thing would be gone.
Well, yeah, because it probably blew toilet water up all over the
Let me look at this story. Does it say? Okay, it says homeowner. But this is not a trailer park. It's not a trailer.
It did not say whether it's a trailer or not.
That almost looks.
It says home, but
a trailer is like
Charlotte.
a home. Like a double wide trailer could be classified as a home, especially if it's on like a foundation or whatever. It's not on wheels.
It's a trailer.
But
I don't care if it's on concrete or it's a trailer.
But look at the size of this little potty or this little room right here. I would say that's very.
No, it could be one of the what they call them
modulars.
No, they call it water closet.
Water closet,
where the actual toilet is separated from the rest of the bathroom. Actually, a lot of fancy houses have that where it's its own little dilly do.
Oh, and they got bidets too.
Oh, bidet. Ooh,
very nice.
Yes. Now, possibly, if little Miss Thing over there that had a bidet, they could have washed all that out. Found them drugs earlier. All right.
Woo!
That's all I got.
I think that's enough.
It is enough. We're at $1.09.
Yes. This was a interesting show. It was like a roller coaster.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, this was like a roller coaster. We kind of went up, down, sideways,
and we
upside down.
We were actually mostly south. We were south for most of the show.
Yes, we were. Yes, we stayed south. We were not California. We left you alone today. However, stay tuned for next week because I'm sure you'll make the news again. No, well, we did talk about the West Coast. Our idiot mayor in Portland. In Oregon.
That is West Coast, but I wasn't California.
Yeah, that's true. California, we left you alone today.
We talked about Alabama.
Yep.
Grease.
Yep. Alabama.
Grease in the face.
Face.
Don't mess with dinner. Don't mess with dinner.
Our Florida septic problems. Lightning. Speaking of which, though, yes. I'll tell you right now, that lightning ain't no joke. I saw this video. I guess there was a storm, and he was like on this walking path, and he was walking it, and I think it looked like a bolt of lightning struck like directly behind him, and you should have seen him pick up his speed. Bang. It was like a camera. It was like one of those like cameras, like a public camera or whatever that was like on there.
What the hell?
And you see him like walk, and all of a sudden you just see this bolt of lightning come down right behind him. And I guess he could feel the electricity. Obviously, could feel the electricity. Whatever. Boy, you want to talk about puckering up?
Whew. So we just got back from the reason why we didn't come last week or didn't have a show last week is because we were me and my family at Gatlinburg, and we went on a bunch of like trails, hiking and stuff, and there was a bunch of trees in there that you could see that's like sitting like right in the middle, like some other trees, and suckers just and a little bit around it is just scorched, and the whole tree's scorched and a little bit of patch.
Yeah, I don't
like that. It's like a bunch of those must got hit struck by lightning.
I don't toy around with lightning. Mm-mm. And they even say that even if you're like if it's like a mile out or closer, even if you don't necessarily see, like if you see a bolt to get away, because they've had reports where it'll actually go sideways. The lightning will actually come down out of the cloud and go sideways and shoot like instead of going straight down, it'll go sideways and zap you. I don't do storms very well. I don't mind them if they're like far out, but when they're right on top of me, it freaks me out a little.
Our dog is weird. Our dog will go to the sliding glass door, and once the door opens, and sits there and watches it and listens to it.
Oh, little puppy.
Yes. All right.
So anyway, we understand it's lightning outside right now.
Oh,
so
okay.
We better go before we lose power.
Shut this bad boy down.
Yes, we're too much electricity in this place. We don't want your septic system. Well, thank God you're not on septic
I'm not
system.
on septic system.
So
anyway, I think the only announcement we have is we're gonna do. Was it 2 more Sundays?
Nope, one more. Next Sunday will be our last Sunday show for a little bit.
And then we're going to start going on Saturday live. You can watch it on Sunday, whatever, yes. But we're going to do the live streaming on Saturday starting week after next. And that will go all the way till Super Bowl time.
Yes, all the way to...
Or between the playoffs and Super Bowl.
Right. Now, maybe something will pop up wherever we might have to move it to a Sunday, but the regular schedule of the show will occur on Saturday evenings. Now we're still going to do 8 or 7, 8?
I guess we'll still stay at 8, but I mean, if people want us to go earlier on Saturday, it'd go 7 or something. Just
we can go a little earlier. Let us know.
Or we want to go. We want to come to you at straight party time. So that way everybody's drunk when they're watching us.
Yes, including us. Because there might be a couple times where we could be.
Because this show might actually be funny if you're drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise,
who knows?
Not so much. Mm-mm. Not so much. Mm-mm. So, anyhow, thank you all for showing up. And yes, I did get a little worked up a little bit. I got my, that's something, I don't know. Maybe it was the Vietnamese food. I don't know. But yes, I apologize for that, but I think it was a great show. And please give us some feedback. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
Even if it's something that we don't agree with you on and you're completely off base, just let us know.
Even if you say you suck.
Yeah, you suck. So, trust me, I hear it a lot, almost every day. So anyway, thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up this weekend, and we'll see you next weekend, next Sunday. And until then, good night and God bless. Reverend Cuss.
We will see you, like we said, one more Saturday. Next week, Sunday, and then the following week we'll go to Saturdays. Like Deacon Tech said, give us some feedback. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. You name it, we're on it. Especially with a lot of our Twitter friends. Just like I said, hit us up. Let us know what's going on, what you think about it, and we will see you next week.
Yes. Oh, and just real quick, I forgot. Starting with our Saturday show, we are going to add a little segment, a little brief 5-minute segment, like what really pisses us off. And it could, and so we're going to rant and rave.
If you haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, I know. We're doing that enough. I know we do that enough on the show. But this is going to be about just some completely random topic, whatever we feel like talking about. It's going to be completely off the cuff, non-scripted. And then we'll. Anyway. So that'll start our first Saturday show. So that'll give you something to not look forward to. I mean, look forward to.
So God bless. Take care of one another. And we will see you next week.
Shocky.
Go eat some more, fat boy.
Oh, fat boy. Hurry up, open China Garden. Now.
Bye.
Bye.